Okay, so Julius Malema, as you see pictured here, leader of South Africa's opposition party, the EFF, that is Economic Freedom Fighters Party. I just want to speak my mind briefly regarding the unfortunate situation with our brother, Julius Malema. Julius Malema gets nothing but the utmost respect on this continent from the foundational Black American community for reasons that are obvious, but let me state them. Codified behavior, showing courage, showing wisdom, showing intelligence when it comes to the system of white supremacy. To Julius Malema, we stand behind you. Twanette Oliver is her name. Twatnet Oliver is her name. First thing you will notice is something that you will notice with most, if not all, Afrikaners, is the homeliness, the ugliness. I bet she smells like a wet dog on a rainy day. And now I must state the obvious. You have never, and I mean ever, never, ever, seen a Nazi become a judge in Israel. So why in the hell is Twatnet judging Julius Malema? Well, that is because of the fickleness, the foolishness of far too many Black South Africans. They ain't worth 2 dead fleas on the body of this wet dog. I mean, we must call it like it is. Following the inauguration of Nelson Mandela in 1994, several high-profile apartheid-era security officials were prosecuted with sentences ranging from 15 years to multiple life terms, although many were released later on parole or granted amnesty through the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. That's just idiotic. Every time I hear about the Truth and Reconciliation Commission in South Africa for what the wet dogs did to the blacks down there, I just cannot help but to frown, but to grit my teeth, but also to think, well, hold your own nuts if that's really what you want. Eugene de Kock is one of them, one of the evil Afrikaners from the white supremacist regime that finagled their disgusting ways into the government. Eugene de Kock. It's a fitting name. Prime evil. As the head of the Vlak Plus death squad, was sentenced in 1996 to 2 life terms plus 212 years in prison for murder, torture, and fraud. That sounds about right. But of course, he was granted parole in 2015 after serving only 20 years because they just can't be mean to the honky. Wouter Bassan, they have the worst freaking names. Wouter, not Walter, but Wouter, led the apartheid chemical biological warfare program. He faced over 60 charges, including murder, but was acquitted in 2002 after a long trial with a judge finding the state's case flawed. Apartheid era. Let me pause. You see, that's the problem, that he was even given a fair trial. How about a nice tribunal? How about just saying a mob of them boys, the same ones that be hitting the Nigerians over the head with sticks, the same ones that leave dents the size of a street pothole in the head of Zimbabweans because they don't want them in their area taking up their jobs? Apartheid-era police officers general, while many amnesty applications were filed, some who did not qualify received jail sentences. For example, in 2025, an officer received 15 years in 1987 for a 1987 murder. 15 years. Cradock 4. The Cradock 4 perpetrators. 6 security officers were denied amnesty in 1999 for the 1985 murders of activists Matthew Ganiwe, Fort Kalada, Cicello, Mahiwali, and Sparrow Makanto. They were not initially prosecuted and later died. Yes, that was serious. That was a real account of history. This is not an SNL skit. It's not even in Living Color skit. It's reality. Amnesty, the TRC, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, granted amnesty to 849 individuals out of 7,011 applicants who confessed to political crimes. So all they have to do is say sorry to the blacks down there, to some of the blacks, not Malema, and they're good to go. Limited prosecutions. Few trials were actually held for those who failed to get amnesty, leading to criticism that many escaped justice. Oh, gee, you don't say. Sentencing trends. Post 1994, many sentences for murder were consistent with a 15-year minimum, even for crimes committed decades earlier. So it seems many slipped through the cracks. This is why you respect a brother like Julius Malema, who will not take his foot off of the gas, who believes that the true rulers of South Africa and Africa in general are black people, and he is right about that. What in the hell are the Afrikaners or the Von Trekkers or the even doing over there? All that foam flying out of their mouths. They come to a land that they are not from and then have the nerve to be racist. Want to give a shout out to the EFF and Julius Malema, who stood with Foundational Black America after George Floyd was senselessly murdered. You see, they come with that FBA energy. This is who should be the president. Those weak ass, punk ass South Africans down there that allow this man to be convicted and allow a white woman, descendant of the Afrikaners, the saliva mouths, to sit in a position of power when it comes to law or anything else is disturbing, to say the least. What they are dangerous. They are like a cancer, a bacterium, mold. They must be dealt with, and dealt with finality. Yes, a wise man told me, to be prosperous, you must get rid of the internal conflict first. Yes, the phlegm in the throat people need to go. But they are using the house Negroes against you. I've met more than one house Negro from the continent of Africa. These dudes are the worst. And don't let them have a white mama. Now you have a confused punk of a coward that doesn't even know what to do in life. Many of them, Barack Obama, are working for the United States government. They hate themselves so much that they will take it out on you. If they get up in your face, all you can do is headbutt them. You should smack them, but you know they'll go to the cops like the punk bitches that they are. Listen, get the white people together and the house Negroes together down there in South Africa. It is the richest, one of the richest places on the face of the earth. Why is the gold and diamonds in New York City controlled by whites, by Jewish people? Well, we know why. Because of people like those that are allowing Julius Malema to be sentenced to 5 years in prison. As a matter of fact, I understand that he is going through the appeals process and elevating this to another court. He should just not bother going to court, and every black person should support him. There should be no written orders for arrest and no cops that will help arrest him. As a matter of fact, it should be illegal for a white cop to be a cop. No white person should be a cop in South Africa or anywhere in Africa for that matter. But we all know they don't really think like that, not enough of them. There are not enough Julius Malemas or Ibrahim Traore on the continent. Why is that? Well, it's because of tribalism. It's because the Khoisan and the Zulu think they are two different people and they want to fight each other. And they talk about shit that happened 150 years ago and 375 millennia ago. And you stole our golden stool, so we want it back. And you end up with this. Meanwhile, the whites are over there living good, high on the hog. Most of the blacks are having problems financially, economically, mentally, spiritually. I mean, can you give me good reason why Elon Musk's father is able to sit his ugly ass, stinking ass up there and make comments about how they help to feed the Africans? No, he deserves the treatment that that one white farmer got when they ran up in his land and beat his head. And oh, by the way, those guys got life in prison. And no, I do not advocate for violence. That is just so to speak. Life in prison for the blacks. You see, they know what to do when it comes to us. I believe it was a black judge that sentenced them. Oh, the stupidity. Get on code. But they have this thing called the Christian church and the Muslim faith, and all of that stuff must be expelled from Africa if Africa is to ever rise. I mean, what good is being as rich as Mansa Musa if you have the heart of the cowardly lion from the Wizard of Oz? But you all let me know what you think. Leave your comments in the box. I am wrong.